Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply, and this video is to bring you a closer look at the Kaba Ilco number 15995 GB-26D. This is a key-in knob or lever or deadbolt replacement cylinder. The 15995 is representative of the fact that this is a 5-pin cylinder. Pardon me. It's a 6-pin cylinder that's been pinned 5. So there are 5-pin cut keys that will be included, unless, of course, you were to special order them O-bitted, which would be certainly possible. But otherwise, it'd be keyed KD, keyed differently is generally how these are stocked. But they can be special ordered, generally in certain increments, like multiples of 10. But we can do keying on them as well. Now, the 15995 means it's a 6-pin cylinder, but it's pinned 5. So you can use 6-pin blanks or 6-pin cut keys into the cylinder by making the appropriate modifications to the internal components. The GB in the part number stands for the Sargent LA/through LC keyway, and you'll see here that this is a factory original lookalike key blank is what this is. Sargent LA, Sargent LC. The 26D in the part number means satin chrome. This is going to be generally stocked in both the satin chrome and the 04 finish, the satin brass finish. And then anything after that generally refers to the keying arrangements. This order for this client, a box at 10 KD. Okay, so all 10 of these cylinders are keyed differently, is how that would work. Now, being a key-in knob, key-in lever, key-in deadbolt type of cylinder means it's going to come with some different tail pieces. And that is going to be as follows. First of all, key-in knob or key-in lever. If you know about locks in terms of keying them, you'll know that generally lever locks have their tail piece vertical in the back of the cylinder, and that's because the cylinder isn't sitting like it would be in a knob. It's actually laying on its side, so that will be vertical because the tail piece needs to be in the same orientation, knob or lever. So you've got a spring and a set pin here along with this threaded cap. You've got these two bird's mouth type preps in the bottom of the tail piece where you can set them either vertical or horizontal, so you can accommodate knobs or levers. This will include 3 length tail pieces. Short, medium, and long. Didn't hear it hit the floor, but stand by. Makes me think of a locksmith that I knew once upon a time. He would... the small tailpiece just fell in my lap and hit the floor. What this locksmith did, he took an apron and he attached it to his work surface and he laid it over in his lap. Just a trick that he taught himself, and it really kept. Finding a tailpiece isn't going to be so bad on the floor, but if you were to drop the spring that's on the inside of this, that could be a challenge to find, especially when the color of the flooring is a bronze type color. Okay, so 3 different tailpiece lengths. Let's take a look at them now. Small, medium, and long. Okay. The short is marked RS. We got RM for the medium, and we got RL for the long one. Okay, knobs or levers. Let's go over the lengths of each. From the underside of the flattened area, about 1 1/16 on the long. The medium is going to be about 7/8. The short is going to be about 5/8. Okay. You're probably going to bump into use the medium or the long, and generally the medium or the long. The long can usually be used interchangeably, but be careful if you're not sure what length to use when you're putting the knob or lever back in. You don't want to crush the internal components or cause conflict with them. If it's clearly not going on, back it off and put the shorter one on. Now the deadbolt, that's also going to have 3 length tail pieces for the deadbolt, but deadbolts require lazy action tail pieces, and that's what these are. Short, medium, and long as well. LM, DL on the medium, and then DS. I do not know what those stand for. Lazy action, that means that this pie cut feature to the bottom of the tailpiece will allow you to insert the key, turn it, and throw the deadbolt, then bring the key back to 0 degree and pull it out. That lazy action allows the tailpiece to move because it can float on the inside of the back of the back of the cylinder as such. You can get that to rotate basically 180 degrees. And you need a lazy action tailpiece in order for a deadbolt function to work. You will also get the C-clip that you'll need to go inside the back of the cylinder to make all that work properly. And then there's one other piece. The factory, this plastic piece, has told me that occasionally they run into a scenario where this shim needs to be placed behind the cylinder because there's a little too much slop. So that's where I've been told that goes. Now the length of the deadbolt style tail pieces. Let's take a look at those. About 1 7/8 inches on the long. The medium length, about 7/8, maybe 15/16. Then the short version is going to be about 9/16. And that covers all of the parts that do come with this lock set. Now the advantage of Kaba Ilco cylinders over buying other cylinders is value. Very high quality material. Being made of solid brass allows them to achieve very high machining tolerance because it's an architectural metal in comparison to something like a zinc base material. Solid brass plug, solid brass housing affords a very smooth operation. Will permit you to make very fine cylinder rekeying procedures on the work. And what I'm driving at when I say that is if you're going to pin the cylinders yourself, you'll appreciate them because they are very good quality cylinders in terms of the tight machining tolerances, and they work very smoothly once they're pinned properly. Okay, and you'll be able to run this into lots of different lock deadbolt combinations of manufacturer's material. Now, there's a link below this video to the manufacturer's page where you can pull up not only all of the Kaba Ilco products that we sell, but a link to the manufacturer's website, as well as a link to the full product catalog. And what I mean by that is the full product catalog, there are several there. The one that pertains to the 15995s would be a catalog that's called brass cylinder. Look for the term brass cylinder in it. And then you'll be able to review that catalog and get to the page where the 15995s are. The point of that is you'll see the different variations on that part number. For instance, if you want a 6-pin that's been pinned 6, order a 15996. Different combinations of that. But as the part number is built, each piece of the part number, you can look at the catalog and realize, okay, the cylinder number is first. Then after that, step 2 is the keyway. There's got to be 24 keyways there, if not more. And I have been able to use Kaba Ilco cylinders based on those keyway availabilities, and even doing some research and finding out that a XYZ will work in an ABC sort of cylinder is very helpful as well. And I don't mean those terms literally. I mean that the NB composite may take other keyways as well, for instance, or maybe something like, did you know that you can put a quickset into the arrow keyway, but you can't put an arrow into the quickset keyway? Anyway, the point of those cylinders, and especially the SX by Kaba Ilco, that's a composite type of keyway broaching in the cylinder plug, where it will take all of their keyways from C through K. So you can run an E, or an FG, or a C, or E, F, FG, EF. There's 7 of them. Don't quote me, I don't remember all of them. But step 2 is determining the keyway. Then, of course, after that, step 3 will be the tailpiece type. So if you're dealing with mortise cylinders, you can see all the other options. After that will be your finish and any keying that you want, which we addressed earlier. And since you have that catalog open, you'll be able to familiarize yourself with all of the cylinder types available from Kaba Ilco. Their name is synonymous with cylinders, mortise and rim cylinders. Every possible finish combination, keying combination, length, etc. And if what you need is not stocked in a very unusual combination, they'll make it. There's usually almost always a requirement of an entire box of the material. But when it's so reasonably priced at such high quality, if you need 6 cylinders and your option is to buy an OEM cylinder, you'll be buying 10 just because you'll still work out better in the long run when it comes to cost. Also on that manufacturer's page will be a link to their key blank catalog, which is a very powerful catalog because it will allow you to identify, or at least help you identify, keyways available from Kaba Ilco. And while they certainly don't make every possible key blank and keyway, you can usually use that document to great success when eliminating out of the equation what keyway you don't have. And be mindful when you're looking at the silhouette of the keyway, it's as if you're looking down into the cylinder rather than at the tip of the key itself. It's looking into the cylinder. Anyway, if you have any questions on the Kaba Ilco 15995 GB key cylinder for a Sergeant LA or Sergeant LC keyway, key blank, or any other Kaba Ilco product, please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you.